All right, everyone. Okay, so this is an analysis of a full stack developer job description. Another one, but this is an okay one because I can't just be ripping on these companies all day long. I want to show you what a good one, or not a good one, but a decent one looks like. Okay. About the job, we are seeking a senior full stack software engineer to build and scale business critical web products. Sure, whatever. How about you actually tell me what you're specifically building? And these are annoying, right? Because you're not telling me anything about the company. You're just telling me you want to build and scale business critical web products. If you're a job description, please say, what is the actual product? Frankly, give me a link to the company, something. Don't make me search, right? Don't make me search because I can guarantee you this much. After having hired some 300, at least 300 candidates in my 20-year career so far, I can guarantee you that no candidate has ever researched the company, ever research the company. Frankly, the ones that have researched the companies ended up being fake candidates. Give a bit of information. Don't expect them to do some running around, right? There's a whole experience to the job applicants, and you don't want to start them off on a bad foot. Okay. So this is a unique opportunity to work alongside an experienced team that excels at building quality client products at scale. This position reports to a lead developer. Okay. This is a unique opportunity to work alongside an experienced team that excels at building quality products at scale. I'm not really sure what that means. Are you a dev shop? It seems like it's a dev shop, right? They just build products for clients at scale. Does that mean it's already going to have thousands and thousands of users on it? Or I'm not really sure, right? Now, this position reports to a lead developer. This actually makes it less interesting, the fact that it reports to a lead developer, right? Because a lead developer shouldn't have anyone reporting to them. It should be a tech lead, it should be a manager and whatnot, but not another developer, which unfortunately in our industry means that our career movement, whatever we want to call it, can be limited by the personality of that individual. Not very cool, tell you that much. Okay. Something to watch over with this. This tells me that the technical org is immature, very immature. So essential skills here, qualifications, essential skills, deep experience with Java Spring Boot. Yeah, totally fine. That's not a problem. And React. Okay. It is a full stack role. So you're asking for both. That's fine. Python skills are a plus. Okay. So now there's Python involved. Okay. Maybe there's a couple of scripts in Python, nothing too crazy. Helpful skills, AWS, Kubernetes, Docker, and GitHub Actions. Remove this. Straight up remove this. If you want them to have Docker experience because you're building in a containerized environment, say you need to be able to build in a containerized environment, a development environment. Okay. We also deploy to Kubernetes. That's it. Via GitHub Actions. Done. Most people have never written a GitHub action. Most people have never written their own Docker image description. Most people have never written a Kubernetes YAML, right? Many people have heard of AWS, but haven't worked with AWS. So these helpful things can also be a detriment because especially if it's HR that's going to be reading into this and analyzing them, or not analyzing them, I should say, pre-screening them for you, they're going to see this as a checklist and they're going to say this, yeah, you don't have all of these. Forget it, right? All of these can be taught. The one thing that is harder to teach is, are you able to develop within a Dockerized development environment? You have a running Java in a Docker and then having React and then being able to debug, which is knowledge that you can pick up in about 2 days? Yeah, 2 days, maybe 1 day, maybe, right? If you're slow at it. So that's something that needs to be removed. So the role requires a voracious appetite. I like that one, voracious appetite, to learn and apply new skills. Okay. So is there no lead developer that's going to be teaching new skills? Why do I need constantly new skills and learning new things if I'm building with Java, Spring Boot, and React? It's fairly the same, whether you're building a CRM or you're building anything else. It doesn't really, why even mention this? First of all, why even mention this, right? Because what if I'm an introvert? What if I'm an introvert and I'm like, you know what? I don't have a voracious appetite. I like to learn on my own. I apply my skills, but I'm quiet about it. This tells me it's very aggressive, right? I call this is an aggressive way of writing a job description. You must have a voracious appetite. If you're a more docile individual candidate, you just want to come in, do your job. This is not the job for you, clearly. Right away, I don't want to work there. And it may even turn off women from applying here because this is very aggressive. I don't want to work in an aggressive environment. It's rubbing me the wrong way. You should be skilled at building web-based software and mobile apps or mobile apps. Oh, okay. All right. Now we're really web-based software or mobile apps. This is a very big difference. And excel at building software with different sets of tools and in different client environments. Okay. First of all, this is a full stack developer role. Why are mobile apps mentioned in there? Okay. That's number one. Number two, different sets of tools in different client environments. So are you just positioning people at different clients and then having them work with different tools? That's weird, right? It's weird. Your modern engineering organization, your more mature engineering culture will have, or now we'll have a policy, but will allow developers to use their own tool. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? It doesn't matter at the end of the day. We have the right tooling. We have linters. Everything can run on GitHub Actions. We can make sure everyone writes code the same way, whatever it may be, linting, formatting, and so on and so forth. This entire thing is very aggressive. And actually, yeah, like this last bit here, I don't care how much, I don't care how much money you're throwing at the candidates, which if I recall, not that much. This is not cool. You're not going to be interested in this part. People might still apply just to apply and they realize it's all BS. I would remove. Please avoid such statements. It doesn't make you look cool. It doesn't make you look like you're anything special. If anything, it does the exact opposite, right? It does the exact opposite. Okay. Key responsibilities include design, build, scale. This is a big one. Okay. And enhance software products, apps, platforms based on client needs and business requirements. Okay. So this is all BS. And this right now tells me HR just copy pasted this and changed this. That's basically what they did. They copy pasted it from another job description and they popped this in there. And that's it. That was the extent of HR's work right now. And maybe they tapped this up, right? I'm sure. And this happens all the time. HR probably sent an email to the tech lead or whoever, or the hiring manager and say, hey, what do you need? I need the Java, Spring Boot, and React and Python skills. Okay. And they shoved it in there, right? This almost seems ChatGPT written, to be honest. So design, build, and scale. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot, based on client needs and business requirements, which also tells me that the developer is exposed directly to the client. The developer is exposed directly to the client because now they have to deal with the client and business requirements, right? Either you're dealing with the product manager or dealing directly with the client, at which point you're not a full stack developer anymore. You're something completely different, or you're working and this company is positioning candidates and developers in very immature organizations. So that's what this tells me right now. Okay. So you're going to get people that are desperate for a job, but the really smart people, the strong developers are going to see this and say, next, I'm not even applying here. Okay. So communicate technical topics clearly in language that clients can easily understand. What? Why? Why mention this? Why? Now, not only do they have to be a full stack developer with a lot of tech and whatnot, right? They need to be able to communicate effectively to a client in a non-technical way. That's not the developer's job. That's the lead developer's job. That's the tech lead, the CTOs, the VP, whatever it is, not the developer's job. The developer writes code and that's it. They're not involved with client work. They're in there in the room with the client and they should never be, right? Depends on the organization. Sometimes it makes sense for them to be there because just from an exposure point of view, right? And get that empathy in there for the client. But full stack developer doesn't chime in and say, hey, by the way, this is XYZ ABC. They have a lead developer for that. That's their job. BS again. Okay. So you know what? This is not an okay one. This is a bad one. There you go. You know what? Now I'm just angry. Collaborate with designers and product teams to propose solutions to meet goals and goals of clients and their products. You're the lead developer. Now, I'm all for this decentralized organizations where the full stack developer can go to the designer and the product guy person and whatnot and ask clarification questions and whatnot. By all means, 100% totally fine. Do it. Go for it. But no, I don't like this line. Define, refine, and document best practices that enable excellent team performance. What? What does this have anything to do with a full stack developer job description? This is BS right there. It's BS. Forget it. This company is not serious, right? Has 5+ years of full stack development experience. Fine. 5+ years. Good. Totally fine. Has experience building and scaling software products. Okay. Building and scaling are two different things, but you have a lead developer to deal with that aspect. And the lead developer is going to guide you and teach you how to scale if you don't already know. You'll be exposed to it. What does this scaling mean? So the next thing, has experience architecting and deploying software products to cloud providers like X, Y, Z, ABC. So every one of them. Okay. But in what way? Because if it's Kubernetes that you're asking for, right? It doesn't matter. They're all the same. All the same, right? You change how you're logging in, you change how you authenticate, and that's as far as it goes. All in all, I'm giving this one 2 out of 10, completely arbitrary scoring methodology here. There's literally no science behind it, but I don't like this, right? I thought it was an okay one because I saw, I'm like, oh, look at that. Not many responsibilities and what you're looking for, but it's so badly written. You're either not going to get the right candidates or you're not going to get many candidates, or you're just going to get more likely all the desperate developers with little to no experience. And I have a feeling that because they kept on getting candidates that are either new immigrants and their English isn't good or their communication skills isn't perfect, but they're great developers, but they need someone to communicate, that they put this in there. I've seen that happen in the past. Unfortunately, this is not a full stack developer job description. This is a tech lead job description. Thank you very much. And like I said, as my kids say, smash the subscribe button. I don't know. All right. Have a good one, everyone.